Today, I want us to look at something that is trending nowadays, especially in the Africa, and it's called QNET. So, what is QNET? QNET itself is a company. So, QNET is a direct selling company. When we see a direct selling company, it is a company that sells products to people. And because for them, they deal with direct selling, they don't hire middlemen or they don't sell their product as in a form of a retail shops. So they don't give the product to certain people in a retail shops for those people also to sell them to others. They don't do that. What they do is they recruit people. And when you are being recruited, your job is to sell the product. And for the QNet that I'm talking about, they sell their product among categories like health. So they have weight loss product that if you want to lose weight, you can buy some of their stuff. They have products like fitness. They have products like lifestyle, so watches, and many lifestyle products that if you want, you can buy them from them. They have products like educational products. So they have a whole lot of that in many categories. So recruit people and those people sell the product to others. And that is the direct selling company. So it means that they don't give the product to a particular person for that person to put the product in a shop in a form of a retail so that that person will also sell it to others. They don't do that. Rather, after they recruit people, then you become a seller. So you now have to sell the product to others. And you do that by dealing with the people directly. So you sell the product to your customers directly. And in many cases, they even advertise some of the products on social media. Sometimes those who are selling the products, they go to the homes or the houses of the customers and they chat with them and they sell the product to them. And that is what we mean by a direct selling company. So they deal with the customers directly instead of using a retail shop. QNET was established in 1998 in Hong Kong. In fact, today they have offices in about 25 countries today. QNET is not an investment scheme. So it is not like a financial investment scheme or like an insurance where you invest money and after some time, now you can earn that money that you have invested. So we call that whole life insurance. We have different types of insurance. So we have the lifetime insurance, and we have the whole life insurance. For lifetime insurance, you pay money and you pay money for a certain amount of time, maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years, maybe 20 years. And during that time, when you are no longer alive, then your beneficiaries can earn money and they can use that money maybe for your funeral or any other expenses. So that is an example of a lifetime insurance. And we also have the whole life insurance. For the whole life insurance, it bills cash. So you pay money to the insurance company and then it bills cash. So with time, if you are struggling in life, you want to withdraw some of the money, you can do that. So they give you the opportunity to take some of the money. So that is whole life insurance. But QNET is not an insurance company. So you don't give the money and then you don't expect to withdraw or to get that money back after time. It is not an insurance company. Rather, it is a direct selling company. They sell product to people directly. So they deal directly with their customers. Because they deal direct with their customers, in many cases, you don't see their product in malls or in any other places where they sell this kind of product. You don't mostly see their product in retail shops or in malls. Mostly they deal direct with their customers. They sell the product direct to their customers. So that is QNET. So it was established in 1998 in Hong Kong. It is a legitimate business or a company. It is a legitimate company. Now, how does one earn money in QNET? If you are recruited as a distributor, any sales that you make on their product, you earn a commission. So you earn your income from the sales that you make on their product. If you use their product and you become a distributor, that is one way to earn money from selling the product. But then, if you recruit people into the company, those that you have recruited, if they join you and they also sell the product to others, what sales that they make, you, the person who recruited them, also earns some commission, whatever sales that they make. And so it means when you make a referral to someone and that person agrees to join your network and that person sells the product, it says that the person, you earn some commission on the sales that they make. So that is how you can make money in the QNET business. So you have to sign up, to be a distributor. And then when you recruit people and those people also sell the product, you also earn some commission on it. As I said, it is a legitimate business. And because of that, they have a lot of partnership. In 2014, QNET joined hands with a famous football club called Manchester City. So they have a partnership with Manchester City. So their partnership is they are the direct selling for that club. So they sell the club product, and that is their partnership with Manchester City. It is not only Manchester City that they have partnership with. Apart from that, they also sponsor. In 2018, they sponsored some football leagues in Africa. So they have the configuration of African football. In 2018, they sponsored the CAF Super Cup. Apart from the Super Cup, they also sponsored the CAF Champions League and also the configuration football. So they have a lot of partnership with some football companies also, some footballs. Now, this QNET is a multi-level marketing company. When we say a company is a multi-level marketing company, it means that if you are recruited as a distributor, now any sale that you make, you earn some money on that sale. And if you recruit someone and the person also makes a sale, you also earn some commission on those sales. So that is a multi-level marketing company, as I've already explained. We also have some companies which are a single level marketing company. These companies, the source of income is the sales that you make. So if you recruit someone and the person also makes sales, you don't earn any commission from those sales. But for QNET, it is a multi-level marketing company. So you earn sales based on your own sales. You earn income based on your own sales and also based on the sales that your recruiters also make. So it is more like a networking business where if you accept to join and you recruit others, those that you recruited, you earned commission from them. And so if those people that you recruited, if they also recruit other people, then your network becomes large. And if those people recruit other people and those who recruited also recruit other people, and if the list goes on and on and on, then it means that the more people comes into your network, the more you get a commission when they make sales. So it's more like a networking company, and that is QNET. So QNET in itself is legitimate. It is a business company. But for some time now, there has been some news in Africa, and the news is about QNET scammers. So we have some people who portray themselves be from the QNET that I'm talking about, the legitimate business. But then those people are scammers. So they use name QNET in order to scam people, in order to traffic people, in order to exploit people so that they will earn money from those people. But those people are not legitimate workers in QNET. Rather, they are scammers. And today, I want us to look at those QNET scammers that are in Africa, especially when you consider the western part of Africa. That is where most of the news is being centered, where you hear most of these QNET scammers around, and where you hear most people have been scammed on this particular trend that is going on. So, what is this QNET scamming that is going on? Now, what they do is when they come to you, they promise you that they can help you to get a job in a foreign country, or apart from getting a job, they can help you to travel abroad, or they can help you to further your education. So it is either you can further your education, or it is either you can travel abroad overseas to work, or it is either they promise a work in abroad. So they present you these promises. And because in Africa, we have higher rate of unemployment, because of that, when most people receive these promises, they become happy. So they easily give in, they easily agree with whatever that they are saying, and they decide to work with them. Now, when they are able to convince you for you to work with them, what they do is now they tell you to pay money, a huge sum of money that they say it is for administrative fees or administrative processing. Because if they want to help you for you to travel abroad, either US, either Europe, either Canada, for you to be able to travel abroad, then they need to work on our work. And so the money that you have to pay is for that paper. So they will tell you to pay that huge amount of money. In fact, some of them, some news that I've led to for some of the victims, some of them, they've paid about 500,000 Ghana cedi. Some of them, they've paid even more than what I even mentioned. Some, they've even paid even more higher. So depending on the kind of work that you do will determine how much you have to pay to them also. So if you want to do a higher work, then you need to pay more for processing. So that is how they exploit people. Now, if they give you those promises and you easily give in, then they force you to pay the money, because they will tell you that you need to pay it quickly so that they can also work on the paperwork more faster. Now, since in Africa, many people, or the rate of unemployment is high, and because many people have dreams to travel abroad. Whenever they listen to such news, they become excited. So they don't even look anywhere else. They don't investigate to know whether it is legitimate or it is not legitimate. So at the end of the day, many people give in and they pay that money to them. Now, when you pay the money to them, then they will find a way to traffic you to one of the neighboring countries. So instead of taking you to the abroad that they promise you, what they will do is they will traffic you to one of the neighboring countries. Now, when you get to those neighboring countries, they will confine you in a particular place along with several others who are also victims. So you'll be confined in that place. Then they will let you know the truth that, in fact, the job that they promise you, there's no job there. So for you to be able to survive, or you to be able to get your money back, or for you to be able to travel abroad, then what you have to do is you need to also recruit others for them to also join the team. But if you don't recruit others, then you don't get your money back, or you will not travel abroad as you want. And so that is how they exploit people. Now, before even they will tell you that the job is no longer there, and then you have to recruit others for you to be able to survive. Before even they give you that information, as soon as they confine you in that place, they will exploit you. So whatever you have on you, they will take it away so that you have nothing on you. And when it happens in that way, you struggle because you don't have any money, any resources. So, in fact, it will be uncomfortable. And because it is uncomfortable, whatever they tell you, you abide by it. So, after taking everything away from you, now they will tell you that you need to recruit people to join their team. If you are able to recruit people to join their team, then they can also give you your money back, or they can help you to travel abroad. Now, because at that point, many people have lost many resources. They've lost money, they've lost time, they've lost energy, they've lost a whole lot of things. Because of that, many people also give in and they decide to also lure other people also into the team. Now, what they do is they will take you to an airport and they will take you a picture and they will give you a fake passport. Or in some cases, they will even stage the picture. In some cases, it is an editing. So they do an editing to make it appear as if you are standing at an airport. And they give you those pictures. And then they will give you an international number. So you have to call your friends and your family. Now, when you call your friends and your family, you let them know that you are in abroad. And you to be able to convince them you are in abroad, you need to show them evidence. So you need to show them pictures. So the pictures that were staged or the pictures that were edited, then you have to give those pictures to your family and your friends. So when they also get the pictures, then they will agree, or they will, in fact, agree with you that, in fact, it is true that you are in abroad. So in that way, you are able to convince them for them to be able to join you. So if you are able to convince them for them to join you in the team, then they will also exploit those people who join the team. Then they will also tell them that in order for them to also get their money back, or in order for them to also to be able to travel abroad, they also have to recruit others. So the list goes on and on and on. So the first person who was trafficked has to recruit someone, and that person who comes also has to recruit another person. So it keeps on and on and on until the number becomes huge. And that is how they traffic people and they exploit people. And that is a scam. So it's trending, and it has affected many people in Africa. And that is why today I want to create this awareness that beware of QNET scammers. Beware of people who pose as legitimate workers in QNET, but they are scammers. They want to exploit you. They want to take what you have. They want to take the money that you have saved for so many years. Remember, the QNET in itself is a legitimate company that was founded in Hong Kong in 1998. So QNET itself is a company that exists today. But we have some people who have used the company's name or the company's brand, and they use that to exploit people. They want to use it to scam people, want to use that to traffic people. In fact, when you listen to most of the news, most of the victims, not even only the name QNET or the brand QNET that they use to try to traffic people or to convince people to join. Sometimes they use familiar company names. So they can promise you that they can help you for you to get into this company. But by the time you realize you have been trafficked into a different or neighboring country where you'll be expected of all your resources. In fact, when you listen to the news, if the police is able to figure out where they host these victims and they try to talk to those victims, they don't respond. Not only about that, sometimes if they even try to help them to get them away from these scammers, they even try to resist that. So it means that when they traffic you and they confine you in those places, now the news that is circulating is that they feed you once in a day. They feed you once in a day. And because they feed them once in a day, it is like a torture. So it is uncomfortable. So psychologically, they are torturing you. So they torture you psychologically and emotionally. Because of that, whatever that they tell you, that is what you also agree. And that is what you also obey. So psychologically, they torture you. In fact, I was listening to one of the interviews of one of the victims who was able to escape. And when the guy was talking, he had a chain in his neck, around his neck. And the one who was interviewing him asked him about the chain. And the guy said that the chain was given to him when he was at the QNET base, where he was being trafficked. And the guy said that, so why do you still have the chain when now you are free? Why do you still keep the chain around your neck? So they program their mind in a way that psychologically they torture them. And so even when you are able to escape from those places, you still have that psychological effect within you. And for you to be able to be free and for you to be able to be yourself, you need a psychologist. So this is going on and it is affecting many people. In fact, there have been a lot of cases and there have been a lot of victims. So today, I wanted to create awareness that beware of these QNET scammers, this thing that is going on in Africa. In fact, the news is that in some cases, with some of the women, they even rape them. So some of the women have been at the basis even for many years, to the extent that some even give birth to children. So that is what is going on. Some even give birth to children because they were raped by these QNET scammers leaders. So beware of these QNET scammers. Anyone who promises you a job or promises you an abroad in return with a huge sum of money that you have to pay to that person, know that it is a scam. Anyone who promises you a job who promises you an abroad in return for you to a huge sum of money to that person, it is a scam. If you want to travel abroad, you do it legitimately. So you pass through the right channel, you will travel abroad as you want. If you want a job, you put in applications. And if the company is willing to hire you, they will go ahead and hire you. Do not pay attention to anyone who promises you a job or who promises you abroad in return for you to pay a huge sum of money. That is a scam. That is what is going on. That is a QNET scam I am talking about. But their target is Africa because that is where they see vulnerable people. Because most people are unemployed, and because of that, they are in a haste to get money. So when people present such ideas to them, they don't investigate and they give in easily. And that is how they are able to exploit many people. That is how many people have become victims. So please avoid such ideas. Avoid anyone who sells those ideas to you that he or she can make you rich in a day. Avoid those ideas and pray to God that God should help you to be able to get the job that you want. But avoid people who try to exploit you, people who promise you lucrative job in return you to pay a huge sum of money. Avoid those people because if you become a victim of those people, it is not even about the money that you have lost, but psychologically, you also have an effect. So I was talking about the guy who had chain around his neck, even though he had the opportunity to escape from that place, but he still kept the chain around the neck. And that is the psychological effect that I am talking about. So avoid such people. Beware of anyone who sells any job ideas to you or who sells an abroad idea to you. If it is possible, always investigate, always scrutinize anyone who sells ideas to you. Always investigate and scrutinize to make sure that that person is a legitimate person so that you do not become a victim. Because there are many victims today. And even as talking, it is still going on. Many people are still being picked into these confined spaces. They are being exploited. So don't be too in a haste to get rich overnight. Because sometimes Africa, some people are too greedy. So they want to get money in a haste. They want to get rich overnight. They are too greedy. And in some cases, some of these victims might be due to greediness. It is not necessarily they don't have a job or they are suffering, but sometimes it's greediness. So they want to get more money or want to get rich overnight. And that is how they become victims of these scammers. So avoid greediness. If you have what you have to eat, what you have to drink, and what you have to take care of yourself based on health wise, then pray to God and thank God that God has given you such things. In fact, if you have a place to stay, to put your head, and if you have access to all basic things in life, then you need to pray to God and thank God. Because in the book of Justice, so Solomon says that these are the things that are the goal of life, that the only goal is for people to eat and drink, and that is all. So you have these basic things, then you have to thank God that God has given you these basic things and avoid greediness and covetousness, because sometimes greediness and covetousness also lead people to become victims of these scammers. So avoid them, avoid, and always think twice anyone who talks to you about any ideas, think twice, scrutinize it, and make sure that it is legitimate. So beware of anyone around you, because in most cases, people around you are those who will lure you into such businesses. And if you are not careful, you become a victim. It's not someone who is afar, it is someone that you know who can make you a victim of these scammers. So if I'm talking about avoiding these people, I'm talking about those around you, those around you, those close. You need to be more careful of such people. It is those people who can lure you into such businesses. Because in most cases, if they recruit people, they become victims and they're being forced to also recruit others for the sake of getting their money back. What those people do is they also try to recruit their families, their close friends, and that is how they also become victims. Because if they want to recruit people who are afar off, obviously they will not give in to what they are saying. But it is only those who are very close to them, like their friends, their close friends, like their family. It is only those people who they can convince and who they can agree with them and who they can lure them into such uh, businesses for them to also become scams. So please be careful about how you accept ideas when people present ideas. Be careful about them. Always try to double check and make sure that it is legitimate. Anyone who promises an overnight rich is a scammer. So don't listen to that person. Don't listen to that person. So I will not take long for today. I just came to create an awareness that you should be vigilant because we have many bad people in this world who they don't care about humanity. They just want to get rich overnight. Whatever it takes for them to get, they'll do it. And that is going on. So you as an individual, you need to be careful so that you don't become a victim of such people. All right. So God willing, let's meet again. Bye bye.